Hello, I'm Judah. I'm making TwoKinds Online. Today, I'm going to do a little vlog update about the game. Hopefully, I can find some interesting video clips. I need to do this more often, showing updates, showing visuals. Um, yeah, so hopefully, I have some cool stuff to show you right now. To start off, I have some cool changes for the tutorial islands. I'll be showing a clip for that real soon. Maybe interject it in here. I really don't know what I'm doing with the video editing, so let's see what happens now. Here is the in progress starting area again. As you can see, we have some mountains and a little bit more featured terrain. Over there is the older starting area in the fog. I'm not entirely sure what we're gonna do with that yet, but it's there for now. As you can see, there's some new bridges, and here's some in progress shots of the rest of the tutorial area. So as you can see, very much still in progress, but we're completely changing how the area looks and where things are. So hopefully things will be streamlined a little bit better. There'll be some better shortcuts to move around, especially as we're planning stuff that players can build, like new bridges. So hopefully figure out something cool for that. Okay, so tutorial islands, they're changing. We're making them bigger, look better, changing the texturing, planning out some routes, adding some more props around the island, changing the flow a bit. It's still in progress, so next update is probably gonna have some of the old and new mixed in until we're done changing the islands. One interesting thing that we have to fix is with moving the islands around. If you were playing and all of a sudden if you were playing logged out, we did the update with the new islands. You log back in, there's a possibility that there's no terrain under you, so you just fall forever. So what we have to do before we push this build is make it so that if you've fallen forever for too long, like because we have the reset back onto land, if you keep falling and falling and falling with the resets, we have to make it so that you go back to the spawn. We don't have that in yet, so hopefully I could get that in a few days, and there may be update. Who knows? Another issue. Let's see. An issue I want to bring up. Not another issue. Issue I want to bring up. The MacOS version. So Apple is changing how Mac builds are gonna work. So they're gonna need like verification and annotations. That's gonna be kind of a pain for something that updates, for a game that updates regularly. Plus, I don't own a Mac, so I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know how long I would be able to support the Mac version if Apple keeps making it harder and harder to, say, build the game for Steam and then keep having to use a Mac to verify the build or something. But that's besides the point. Right now, the Mac build is broken anyways. We have a really weird error that's causing an out of memory issues. That's using beyond gigabytes of RAM. It's trying to use like exabytes and beyond. It's a ton. Anyways, so that's one issue. Another issue is that something with the NPCs is causing the server to crash a bit more often than it should. I'm still looking into that, but I think it has something to do with like the physics running out of bounds or something. Like I've seen the error before when you break a box and all the box particles hit the character. Something about that just the character controller doesn't like. So I gotta investigate that and fix it. Those are like the two outstanding issues. Let me tell a story real quick too about the item decay. So the other thing that was causing the server to crash was we didn't turn on item decay properly, so or we didn't implement it. Um, so I always keep forgetting to. I've had it before, but pretty much if an item is sitting on the ground for so long, it's supposed to eventually decay and disappear. We kept forgetting to set that, so it's like have it happen one time, just oh oops, but it happened twice, so shame on me. Pretty much too many items were being spawned over and over and just collecting and laying around. So after about 10,000 items, the server just couldn't keep up. So it just kept dropping connection, dropping connection, dropping connection. So essentially the game was down because of that. Because we had 10 over 10,000, it was maybe 100,000 items just scattered around the world. And items are supposed to be destroyed when they fall off the world, because right now we're just playing with Sky Islands. When that so if it falls down a negative 1,000 meters, and they're supposed to disappear. Well, we messed that up too. So every item that fell off the world was no longer accessible because characters can't get down there. No longer accessible. Wouldn't despawn, so they would just keep collecting and collecting and collecting, causing the server to crash over and over and over. So, yay! We fixed that. I think that was also happening with NPCs too. Like they would fall off the world, and instead of decaying, they would just stick around at the bottom of the world, which is not good for performance. Luckily they age and die very quickly right now, so that wasn't so much of an issue. And something newer that you probably won't see just yet. We're working on the new Unity input system, so it should allow for better key binding and key mapping especially compared to the old native Unity input. Before we were using in control, but I think I want to use something more purpose-built for Unity compared to an asset from the asset store. So far it's cool. It mostly works. I think I have a few key binding. I think I have a few action issues, just because I was having trouble understanding how to get like the input versus just to see if the key was pressed that time, like versus like pressing the key and holding the key down. Those are different activations, so I need to figure out. I was having a little issues trying to figure that out. Next up is going to be like having the full controller mapped out. Probably won't get to key binding for a while or key rebinding for a while, because that's a little bit more tricky, because you have to work with the UI to just set that up. But I also at some point want to show like depending on what controller you're using, change the context, the UI context actions from showing like press E to interact to press A to interact for the Xbox controller, or press X to interact for the PlayStation. Or is it cross? I forgot what the official term is. Anyways, those are some of the changes. Maybe I'll throw in some more videos in here too. So thanks for watching this. Bye.